All right, so just to start this off, spirit means energy. You know what I'm saying? Once you use words by their proper definition, you can never be tricked or you'll never misunderstand things again. You know what I'm saying? Everything has an energy. You just have to find the energy for your situation. Let's say you're trying to save some money, right? Make this shit simple. You might want to work with the spirit of Julius. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit sounds silly. Good. That's how you know it's gonna work. You might need to work with the spirit of Julius. See, you already in your mind have a strong relationship with Julius because you might have watched Everybody Hates Chris. If you haven't, all you have to do is watch a couple episodes and get familiar, or just use a character that you are familiar with for your situation. Going back to Julius, you might work with the spirit of Julius in the sense that you might make that your lock screen. You might make that the picture in your wallet. You know what I'm saying? You might just hang that up in your office, hang that up in your house. So every time you about to, oh, Zara's having a sale, I'm about to go crazy, you be like, you look at Julius and you'd be like, no, I'm not, because I'm saving right now. That's just now you working with the spirit or the energy of Julius. You know what I'm saying? You're just dealing with the energy of the character. Now apply this logic to any situation you could think of, no matter how mundane, no matter how complex. This is kind of what you would build the altar for, to work with these so-called deities. You know what I'm saying? You would work with Aries. You're trying to get some of that Mars energy. You may be wanting to fuck a nigga up. So you might work with the Aries or a war, or like Aries might be what it is in the Greek shit, and in the Orisha shit it might be Ogun. But you trying to fuck a nigga up. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go to war with a motherfucker, so you might do something with Aries or Ogun. And for a lot of people that might be scary, or for a lot of people that might not be scary. But what I'm trying to say is that shit don't really work as well as it could if you was doing this other shit. Like, instead of working with the spirit of Aries or Ogun or whatever, you just make up one. You work with the spirit of Triple H. Shit sounds silly, you know what I'm saying? But remember, he's just playing a character the same way Aries is the name of a character that we gave to Aries. You know what I'm saying? We gave to Mars, we gave it that description based on that energy. And then we give it other characters, and we come up with, characters that relate to it, just to help us have understanding. So that's why we even come up with someone like Ogun in the first place, and that's why we make up the iconography and all of that, to help us connect with it more. It's easier to finish, to visualize, it's easier to connect with, all of that. And we can do that with anything, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You want more passion in your relationship, you might want to work with the spirit of Bobby and Whitney. You might want to start looking at a whole bunch of their videos. You might want to start making a vision board with a bunch of their pictures. Make that your home screen. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get the passion back in your relationship, and that's what you use that. You know what I'm saying? The same way you would use Kuan Yin, same way you would use Oshun, same way you would use Mayat. You might work with those kind of spirits, but we ain't talking about that, the old ways. We talking about new school and the new ways and trying new shit. You know what I'm saying? So do this with whatever. You can get creative. Tap into your creative side. This is how you start reversing shit that's been put on you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was raised by the TV. Use that to your advantage. Work with the energy of the characters that you've been seeing on TV. And sometimes it don't always have to be all good. You do whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? You might be looking at, you a woman, and every day you looking at this nigga coming to work, or you keep running into him at the grocery store, y'all have a similar schedule, you see him at the gym, and you like, man, I see that he's in a relationship and stuff, but I just feel like I could make him happier. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would frown on this type of mindset, but this is a natural mindset. That's actually nature. That's actually natural thinking. Most things we do are unnatural. That's actually living like nature. Because, you know, if one lion wanted to be with another lion, lionesses, like, if one lion wanted to be with another lion's woman or like lioness, he would just murder the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we need to be doing that or going to those extremes, but we got to understand that if we was like 4 generations, 5, 6 generations ago, we not too far off from that's how you really used to live. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be fighting over a girl and they have like a whole duel and shit like that. So that's just funny to think of. So you might be saying like, yo, I can make this nigga way happier. I can make this woman way happier. You might want to work with the spirit of Alicia. You know what I'm saying? You see what Alicia Keys did. She was sitting there like, I'm not saying he don't got a good thing going, but we could be having a great thing going. And she put that in her mind, and now them niggas got a great thing going. You know what I'm saying? And that could be you. You could be looking at it like, if I could just get them away from that person, we could be having a great thing going. And you might be working with the spirit of Alicia. Now this shit sounds silly. You might be laughing right now, like he. Spirit of Alicia is like he's being funny. It's like no, I'm being so serious. You know what I'm saying? It works the same way, like if you was working with any of these other deities. But this one actually works even better because you won't have no fear. And you have a clean slate. So you literally have to make it up how this is gonna happen. See, somebody told you probably what to do with Oshun, or what to do with Maya, or what to do with Venus and Mars, or whatever pantheon that you're into. Somebody told you, or you read something or something like that. But ain't nobody talking about how to work with the spirit of Mr. Krabs. You ain't never heard no shit like that before. How to work with the spirit of SpongeBob. What's that? Constant delusional positivity. Constant delusional optimism. The fool. The power of the fool. The one who always balances out. The one who always just comes out on top. The one whose the universe is always in his favor. And he don't even know why. You know what I'm saying? The power of the fool. You could be working with the spirit of SpongeBob. That shit sound ridiculous. I don't know why. You could be getting ready to go on an adventure and you working with the spirit of Ash. You could go as deep as you want to. You could work with the spirit of Dora. You working with the spirit of Dora because Shorty was always on an adventure. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, man, I need some adventure in my life. Listen to me, man. Just try this out. Make it your home screen. Go get a doll. Build an altar for it. Like if you was about to build an altar for any other deity or for your ancestors or something. You know what I'm saying? Start watching the show. Start connecting with the energy. You know what I'm saying? And then just keep doing that. You know, you want protection, just think of any character, anything that already had like a protective energy. You know, I've talked about it in my other videos. You might look at 2-3 wrestlers. You might want Undertaker, Kane, and fucking Sting, or Goldberg, or somebody menacing. You might want to connect with the energy of those things, of those people, of those characters, and have them be like your protectors. You know what I'm saying? And that might sound ridiculous. Again, I got to keep harping on that because of how we get programmed to think. So I got to keep saying that just in case to help you reverse your programming. But you got to think. What do you think hanging up a fucking Shango shit is, or Lakshmi or sheep? What do you think hanging up any of that up is? You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. It's just a character. You know, it's a description. You know, it's high science coded inside of a character. You know what I'm saying? It's a description for basic. You know, it's a description for high science, for multiple things, for double entendres. You know what I'm saying? For different stories that explain one or two or multiple subjects. For different stories that explain multiple subjects, and it's used in a character. So it's not really like I hope people don't think there's someone out there named Aries. You know what I'm saying? But there is technically, but I don't even know if I could break that down right now. This is not the video for that. It's like it is and it isn't, because the energy is there, it's present, it's existent, and it already technically exists inside of us as well. But you want to just apply the logic of the fact that you're using some character named Aries, that Julius, you can use the character in the same way. That's all I'm trying to say. And man, you could go crazy with this. This is some shit that nobody's doing, I promise you. Just all you have to do is use your imagination and find the right character for your situation. And I was being a little funny earlier, but you know what I'm saying, with the whole Alicia thing, but I was just using that because that's very real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could really be doing something like that. And not even in taking somebody's significant other, but you could be starting a family in that way, because you find two people who, even if they is a flaw and a fluke, like the way that we probably looked at, especially if you my age, the way that we looked at the perception of somebody like Jada and Will versus to who we kind of seeing they really are is way different, maybe in the last 10 years. But you can still use the energy of that perception. You can still use the energy of that aesthetic. You can find pictures, you can find clips and cut them up and just watch them and fill your mind up with that. You'd be like, that's the type of relationship I want. Even if those motherfuckers wasn't doing it themselves, even if that's not how their relationship was, it don't matter. That's not what it's about. It's about you working with the energy. Even if it's just they was fronting, you know what I'm saying? They still giving you a blueprint of something that has potential, you know what I'm saying, to be a real thing. And they showing you what it could be like. So all you have to do is connect with that energy, fill your mind up with it, get it in your subconscious, and then it'll start to manifest in your reality. You know what I'm saying? And I'm even now just talking about this and having like tons of ideas, and I kind of already hint at it in some of my other videos, because when I talk about protection and stuff, you don't see me with maybe traditional things people would use for protection. I'm using an action figure, but it's working the same way. And that's what people got to get into. You got to get into your own science. You got to get into whatever you make up. And that's why you got to learn to trust yourself more, because the things that come to you, you know what I'm saying, you may not trust because it's coming from you. But that's all. But you have to get over that. You got to do the work to gain that inner confidence, because it's all going to come from the inside. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many more you can come up with, bro. You want to get fly, you want to feel wavy, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you haven't been feeling wavy lately. Maybe you've been feeling down, you know what I'm saying? You might want to work with the spirit of Max B. You might want to watch some Max B clips and listen to some Max B music and start feeling wavy again. And next thing you know, you in motion. You know what I'm saying? You was too stagnant, you was vibing too low. You started fucking with the wave god. And next thing you know, you feeling wavy again. You know what I'm saying? When I want to feel fly, when I'm feeling like when I'm not feeling fly or not feeling wavy, I listen to a lot of Biggie. I listen to a lot of ASAP Rocky, and I listen to Skepta. I listen to a lot of like Nas. I just listen to AZ. Like I listen to Wu-Tang. I listen to certain rappers, like Ghostface particularly, Raekwon too, both of them. I just listen to certain rappers that just make you feel rich, make you feel fly. Rick Ross, I start trying to connect with that energy of like just feeling fly, feeling cool, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like I'm a light that people are chasing after. Like I'm something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the shit, you know, and I want to connect with that type of energy. That's what I listen to. I want to hear lyrics where it's like, yeah, you know, I'm the man. I'm smelling good. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Things is good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear I'm a simp. I'm a wimp. I'm a bitch. Bad things is happening. I don't want to hear those rhymes. You know, I want to feel good. So I that's something that I implement all the time. But even now making this video, I'm thinking like, yo, if that already works for me, how can I step that up 10 times more? What else could I be implementing? What else could I add? Who else can I add? You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how I want you to be thinking. You know, there's a spirit or energy for everything. For passion, like I said with Bobby and Whitney, for love, for genuine love, you can find some couple that's been married for 40, 50, 60 years, and you can use LeBron and Savannah for the energy of genuine love. LeBron might be the most worst habitual cheater and just never been caught. That don't matter. We don't give a fuck about their personal life. This ain't even about them. We working with the energy of just their perception of what their relationship is, you know what I'm saying? And that's all you need. All you need is those images. All you need is that how they have like a family and they appear to be solid and they got each other's back and they get along. That's all you need. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nothing else to work with. And you can build a foundation with that. That's how you could work with the love that you're trying to manifest, let's say in a relationship wise. Let's say you're trying to, work out something with your parents. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got problems with your dad. You could find like a character, you could find some sort of situation. Like the main, I forgot what's his name? I don't remember. Sonny. Yeah, Sonny. Big Daddy is my favorite movie. In that, the character has to work out issues with his dad. You know what I'm saying? You could be working with the energy of Sonny. You know what I'm saying? Just get creative with this. Have fun. But there's one for every single scenario, man. I forgot to tap in. I forgot to say, but when you try to lock in, I feel like everyone should try to work with this one. When you're trying to lock in, definitely work with that Kobe Mamba energy. You know what I'm saying? Go watch some Kobe, listen to some Kobe, maybe even buy a Kobe jersey. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do. Do whatever you gotta do. Do whatever you got to do. But just start connecting with this energy. Start using this shit to make major changes in your life. That's what this shit is all about. And wouldn't it be cool if you was like, yo, one day my life was like this. Then I started using pictures. I started changing the way I was thinking. I started healing my mind. You know what I'm saying? I started tapping into the sciences. I started using my crystals and stuff, my cards. And I was just like, yo, instead of just playing with this stuff, instead of just using it casually, I really started using it to change my life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would want to hear from anybody who watches my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what I was learning. At first you just be having this stuff. You don't really know what to do with it. There's so much false information and stuff out there. There's so many people who leading you astray or controlling you or just holding you back and not really letting you, giving you room to flow and come up with your own shit. And, now I realize, okay, you take this information and this world is like a playground where you try to, make use of it. You know what I'm saying? You try to, okay, I got my cards and stuff. How can I use this as a tool to actually really serve me and change my life? Okay, I got my crystals and stuff. How can I really use this as a tool? Because I just don't want this to be an aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? How can I use this as a tool to really shift and change my reality, change my world? You know what I'm saying? And this is simple. Anyone can do this. You have no reason to be afraid. You have no reason to not do this, because all you're doing is working with whatever character you're already comfortable with. So please just get to work. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up for a consultation / reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Get to work. Start making up a list right after this video. Just start making up a list of niggas that you can work with. A list of energy that you can work with, even if they still alive. And you just want to work with the energy of the 90s Snoop Dogg. Because he was always having a good hair day. He was just so cool, calm, and relaxed. And he was high, and he was just, you know what I'm saying, floating through life. Maybe that's what you saw, and that's what you want for yourself in your life. That's how you saw it, so you just work with that energy. You know what I'm saying? So before this video gets any longer, just gonna say, peace.